Button is depressed. Giveaway is open.
Alrighty. Play it on the set. Zoom Room video sponsored by the BMC.
All right. Quiet on the set. You're listening to WRFB, Radio Free Britannia. And this is Lunch, coming to you live from Deltona, Florida. Here are the dynamic duo themselves, Laz and Jack.
And greetings, everybody. This is Laz.
And this is Jack. Welcome to another edition of Lunch with Laz and Jack, where we interpret something. We don't know what it is or what it's going to be because we have no plan on a little show called Lunch with Laz and Jack. And we also don't have a clue. But
Can I buy a clue?
Well, it is Taco Tuesday.
Oh, can I buy a taco?
Yeah, I need some tacos.
Give me some tacos.
Yeah.
The OG guy. What's going on? Long time no see.
Plants.
That's right. You didn't miss it. Stymie, what's going on? Welcome to everybody slowly rolling on in. Shot glass. Good hanging out last night. And of course, realizing that I woke up this morning and I was still logged in from yesterday. That was always fun, as people sending me messages and I wasn't even here. So, gotta love that shit, I tell you what. But yes, giveaways are open. Type in exclamation I love free shit. If you want more free shit, you can make that bar move or hit us up with other donations. They will count towards the giveaways and marbles games, all that fun stuff. You all know the deal. So it is Taco Tuesday, October 19th, 2021, inside and outside shot of the Avatar. And we've got some interesting updates, to say the least. And I'm not ignoring you guys. That's a call in my ear.
You're ignoring everyone.
Yeah. Huh? What? It's like Jack's ignoring everyone, working on whatever spreadsheet or problem he's working on today.
It's something, man. Something.
Something. And why did you stop playing? Did you only play it once?
Yeah, I only played it once.
Oh, okay.
Played
it once.
Well, the in-game audio shut off like right before this show as well. So
the OG's has got so many questions. We're going to pin that up on the screen for everybody to see.
They're building out episode 2 scenes, but is LB still writing the story? Did he write it already and they just need to script the quest?
Yes and no, or no and yes.
Yes, no, yes, no. That is how I answer that. Okay, so the book 2, remember, is prequel information or pre-story information 400 years before we arrive in the game world. So it's backstory on the Obsidians and Edward Dyer and of the Dyer prophecies. And so it's the land mass. Now, so he did that. As far as the episode 2 story arc or the we really don't know completely because it hasn't been developed.
Well, I'm going to drop this Amazon link in for you since you probably don't have it handy.
No, I don't. And did you want to post that in your Twitch chat as well?
I can. I'm going to put it up on screen, so I don't know why they would need it because they can't purchase it till next year, but I'll post it.
You can always pre-order it.
I guess you could. But pre-order price is actually better right now. But yes, we actually have a date, a supposed date for release. And of course, we joked about this because they really went out of their way on the artwork of this book. May look amazingly familiar to some of you folks. Eye of the Scales, Blade of the Avatar, Book 2. Scheduled for release on July 26th, 2022.
Yes, something like that.
And he kind of says they have the hardcover listed now. Okay, they do.
Yes.
I didn't know there was a soft cover listed price.
No, the Kindle price and hardcover price.
Yeah, so. But the pre-order price is the Kindle price. And it's coming out by Macmillan, not Tor, which is interesting.
Well, isn't Tor a division of Macmillan?
I wouldn't know. I really wouldn't know.
On the page, it says publisher Tor Books.
Where does it say that?
Right beside where it says publication date.
Sold by, delivered to.
Do you see where it's got the print length, language, publisher, publication date, page flip?
I'm not seeing it. Oh, print length. Okay, yeah, I see it now.
Here.
I guess I have to hit read more.
Well, no. That's a description of the synopsis.
Publisher. Oh, it was an arrow. I had to scroll over. Publisher Tor Books. Okay. So distributed by Macmillan for Tor Books, I guess.
Yeah. Where do you see Macmillan on there?
Sold by Macmillan. Under the price.
Oh. Price. Sold by Macmillan. Okay. Yeah.
So I assume.
Books, division.
Yeah.
Oh. But, yeah. Yep. So other than that,
answer your question. Yes, he's still working on the book. The book's ready. Book's been to the publisher for quite some time, but they're going to take another year to put it out in publication. Why that is, we don't know.
And the description, Econdis just pointed this out. Book 2 of 2, Blade of the Avatar, not the 3 that we were told were going to be out there.
Yeah, let's look at that. Let's click on that link. Blade of the Avatar 2-book series. When you click on that.
Yeah. And it's supposed to be a 3-book series.
I want you to go ahead and click on that and read the first.
The thrilling prequel to Shroud of the Avatar from Portalarium.
From Portalarium.
Yes. Abandoned, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
I guess they decided to change it to...
well, it could be book 2 of 2 for right now because, the third one is going to be... and it tells me I have one of the 2 books in this series, which is really nice. That's right, I do.
Yeah, something like that. Whereas mine's telling me to buy now with 1 click. It's not even saying I own it, but I do.
Oh, did you buy it off Amazon?
I think so. I can't remember. But yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it was supposed
Shot
to be
glass.
3 books. Yes, it was actually supposed to be 3 books.
It also may all still be placeholder info. If they don't have the information that they need, they just put whatever they fuck they want.
Yeah,
the cover's probably a placeholder design. There's huge delays in the book publishing industry right now because, everything is fucking jacked up. So a lot of it made, like the seller being Macmillan, they don't know where it's coming from, so they just threw it up there to have something on the page.
Yep. And Shot Glass wants to plug his book, which I read as a brothel of duty, and it's free for Kindle Unlimited.
Yes, so free plug
of duty.
Free plug for Shot Glass. As
I know this stuff because I worked in a bookstore, so
yeah. Shot Glass has got his own book out there, and if you want to get a copy of it, you can go out there and click on the link that he provided to you there and go check it out. Did you actually write this, Shot Glass? And of course, you're giving away your real name if you did, or is that a pen name? Let's see, is there a picture of the author?
Yep.
Book 1. So is there supposed to be more books in this series?
Book 73.
And it's a pen name. Okay. It's a pen name. So
now, other questions related to it. Are any of the quests actually written so far? No.
No. Not a one.
Do they maybe have plans? Maybe. So that's why yes, no, yeah, maybe, yeah, we don't know. As we know with the Shroud development, as soon as they develop something, they put it in game. Hence, we get things that have never been QA'd.
Yes. But speaking of QA and in development, I think we should head on over to the Tweeterverse.
Tweeterverse? Because Chris tweeted out that he's making some baby steps on the Inky stuff. And lots of stuff is complicated because of variables.
Variables are complicated.
We have to compile and serialize out the Inky object to the server. However, I do have some pre-built-in variables working in now. Due to the scripts being pre-compiled, the variables will need to be in the script.
No kidding.
As globals, and then code will inject the proper variables. So to get scene name, var scene name equals Novia. And then at runtime, scene name will get set with current scene name and hooking up more variables now, and then on to see if I can add function hooks.
So
Or
I'm
as
guessing
other people have said lots and lots of time, variables are hard, man.
variables are hard because I have to know the names of all the seams to put them in the variables code first. Yes.
Yeah.
Don't y'all have a master list of scene names out there? I mean, I would think that somebody would have kept that list.
No. Because remember, the scene name in the developer console is not the scene name in game.
I understand that, and that's where that question comes from. Is nobody's figured out that they should have kept a running list of this and improper because that's what makes it so tough. Is you got to go look up each individual scene name and put it in the variable list first in order to make variables work properly when he goes variable scene. Yes. So that's actually worked because nobody thought about this in advance. Let's not think about the consequences of our actions when we code it the first time. We'll wait a couple of years until we figure out that,
Maynard's like, 5 out of 4 people do not understand math.
Especially Shroud math, Maynard. Especially Shroud math. Yes.
100 out of 3 people do not understand Shroud math.
3.
Yes.
Absolutely. So going slow because he's got to look up all those seam names, put them into the variable modifier, and then of course he can add the variables to the scripts.
Or should we point out that the number of people that actually understand Shroud math is -1?
42.
No, it's -1.
The meaning to life, the universe, and everything.
Yeah. So thank you to Chris working on the Inky scripts and trying to make those a little bit more better, and allowing us to actually write quests and have different things. I guess he's paying attention to that forum post from 3 weeks ago where someone had an idea for Inky scripts and how to utilize different quest types, but needed additional functionality.
Good question there, and I'm just re-looking over here. I don't see any mention of that on replay.
In Crossfire Bug's Eye, it's like, we don't need the scene name. We know the scene the Conversationalist is in.
Yes. Well, if your conversationalist is talking about something in the scene, but as you would think.
Maybe you can actually put a variable like, welcome to scene name.
Yeah.
This scene name is a clone of scene name 2.
Well, the funny thing is I'm going to go and use the variable, and I can just as easily say "Welcome to Owl's Head" in my Inky script. I mean, I don't really understand why you would need to use the variable for that. In the Inky.
Daigoji. Shroud has not always used Inky and the Inkle scripting language. This was added for NPC scripting for the conversationalists that are on certain lots. So
it's supposed to be in use for the new NPCs coming into the game, but we don't believe at this time that any of them have picked up any of that tech yet. So
yes, so if you pay attention to your this automaton on my lot, you can actually sit there and go through things and figure out that Shroud Marketplace is the place to go for all your RMT needs.
Yes.
And you can watch and listen to NBNN. And goodbye.
Are we playing with the Conversationalist?
Yes, I was. Although it's not displaying my Conversationalist name over his head anymore.
Yeah, there's no name for me either. I don't see a name over it.
Yeah. So you can talk to the Conversationalist. It used to have a name over him, but not anymore.
You can't see this conversation behind my my tip.
Yes.
Tip graphic, so I'm just going to give that up. Plus, the characters still masturbate like crazy while you're talking to your conversationalist because, yeah.
Hey, man, you're always wanking it, always tugging. You got to work out that that muscle. Yes. But yes, that's what it was added. And in lieu of writing a bunch of other things, the episode 2 quest system was supposed to be done in Inky, but they've abandoned that because they were going to redo all the quests in the game and bring them up to snuff away from the custom quest engine that was written by Lum, which was a year-long mistake.
You mean, yeah, I'm not even going to go there.
Yeah.
A complete and total failure? Yes, I'm going to go there.
Well, I mean, so it's like years ago, I don't know if you remember this, Laz, where you said that the all 3 of the quest lines were going to be just as comprehensive as the love quest line.
I don't think I put it that way.
You did. You said it was all written on the background, and I'm like going, no, it's like as soon as we get stuff, it's delivered to us, or as soon as they finish stuff, and there's no way it's going to be as comprehensive.
Of course, so, yeah. I truly expected the 3 starting points to remain in the game, and that's why I put all my stuff on the West Coast, because I assume most people were going to take a mage type character and they would come out of Blood River. But of course, they screwed the pooch on that one, and that wasn't the case. And now I've got stuff in the West Coast that nobody sees until they decide to go visit that during the quest line.
Yes.
The quest line was great for Ultima, ?
Yep.
Yeah, shot glass. It's quite the impulse. Absolutely. Quite the impulse.
Yeah, the quest line was great for Ultima 7.
7. I thought that was a question mark. Yeah.
No, that's Ultima 7. Yeah, there was a lot of promise there, but since Lum spent a year writing the existing quest dialogue system, yes, that was all written by Lum.
Yeah. And the OG, no, there was different starting areas. They took them out. If you started as a mage, you started out in Blood River. If you started as an archer, you started off at Soulless Bridge. And if you started off as a regular fighter, you started off over in High Vale. So there were 3 different starting points depending on which character class, I use that term loosely, that you chose in the starting scene. Before they took out the starting scene, which is the what is the name of the island in the sky? I forget the name of it.
I am looking at.
Before they took all that out and started you right at the outskirts, so you do the Battle of Soulless Bridge. I don't even know if you do the Battle of Soulless Bridge anymore. Do you do the Battle of Soulless Bridge? I guess you do.
You do something. You do something.
Or you can't pick up any of the arrows that are supposed to be pick upable. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Sage-wise, it's going to be that one, or that one, or
the Isle of Storms. Thank you, Treasure Pile.
Yes, the Isle of Storms, which you can still get to.
Yes, if you use the moon gates.
One of those
How many people out there use moon gates? Not.
Yeah. Why? I mean, why would anybody use a moon gate anymore? It's one where it's like zoning was a developer thing that was never supposed to be in the game during early access, but since everybody was so dependent on it, they decided to keep it in there. So you end up with
something like
hey,
that.
let's add on to it with recall, and then add on teleport to friend. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you also have to use it as to exit a few scenes, but
yeah, I don't think you actually have to use those econdists. Just sometimes it makes it easier.
Mm-hmm. Yes, moon gates are useless. Even a starting character is given teleport and recall scrolls at creation.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Let's go talk about some more Shroud news. Because if I may be so bold.
If I may be. Can we talk?
Can we have an honest conversation? I don't know how this will sit with anyone, but bluff. Bluff. Dedicate a small team and resources to the single player experience and sell for a modest price. This team should dedicate itself to making Soda a single player experience more in line with single player games on the market. Meaning a completed quest should change aspects of the game. Deliberate loot tables, for example, at tier 3, mobs will start dropping healing potions, not the lesser version, and so on. A sleep system to manipulate the flow of time. Sell the single player experience as a standalone game. I recommend $20.
$20.
The online experience can stay as is and can be marketed as free to play. The single player version won't be free, and the overall feel should be different but recognizable from the online version. The single player version should be a standalone game, but familiar enough if you jump from single player to online, you'll have your wits about you. Why, might you ask? I bought this game when I didn't even have a rig that could handle it. I had this game for about a year before I could jump in and play. I paid good money for this game, and because it has a single player option, presumably I can play it even after the server goes down.
Nope.
Lately, it seems there are less players playing, which is true. I think because of New World, not entirely. Long story short, this game as an MMO may not last for a long stretch of time, and I would like to continue playing long after the server goes down.
Not gonna do it. Server goes down, your single player goes.
Yeah.
So you didn't hear that from me.
Spoiler alert. Yeah. Then if they kill the server, they continue selling the game and turn a profit. I win because I can still play the game, which I absolutely enjoy. Thoughts?
Hey, thoughts before we get to the... Well, he's got another whole post, by the way, after that. You want to cover that too?
Okay. Some things I would incorporate immediately are double XP, lock episode 2 to online only until it's complete, then package as an expansion to the single player game, add a sleep system, change the Kodo store to actual. We regenerate health and focus so quickly. What no one ever rests. Change the Kodo store to actual NPCs so no real money is needed nor an option. Change loot tables so that certain items become available sooner. Bring back regular potions to the loot tables. Create a companion system so you can take on dungeons at lower levels to lessen the grind. You can already get 4 companions.
Yes, there is a companion system.
Yeah. Increase how fast a player learns skills.
And you can combine all those lesser potions to get the regular potions, if you didn't know that.
Yeah. I mean, he's new and hasn't been following dev, and there's some interesting ideas there, but whoosh, not feasible with Team Chris. Yeah, the sleeping bag function or a bedroll and create a little fire and go camping. It's not like we never had anything like that in Ultima.
We have the sleeping bag too.
Don't know what you're talking about. Those things have never been done before in a game.
No, never. They're in New World.
Not 25 years ago, not 30 years ago, not yesterday. No.
Not ever. Yeah.
Never. It's a brand new, spanking new idea. No one's ever implemented, say, collision with mobs. Never. Okay.
Don't give them any ideas, Econdis. Or we'll never get fucking maps.
You act like we're going to get maps anyways.
It would be cool if we could combine obsidian potions. So we'll go off on a 3-month bender on making greater and extreme obsidian potions. Yeah, let's not let's not go there.
Yeah. Yep.
Hey.
Yep.
But continue on because he gets funnier.
Okay. Hold on. Then after that, let's see. Increase how fast a player learns skills. Double XP is already permanent. Ensure all quests are functioning as intended.
Like I said, it gets funnier.
Oh man, we're only 3 years post launch, and quests are still like major quest lines for the primary story are still buggy. Finally, all future updates to the online version gets vetted before applying. Oh man, gets vetted before applied to the single player version to ensure they make sense and don't hamper the experience.
Not gonna do
Long story short, the single player version should be a grind, but 50% less so. And character development should be exhilarating since things like control points in the airship will not be available.
Who said anything about them not being available?
Tina's like, the quest system, they're just buggy and just bad. Beyond buggy. Crafting should stay in place as well, but should be fine-tuned so the player doesn't feel like it's a chore. Or an NPCs should be available to turn harvested resources into specialized gear.
Yeah. Let's go back and dissect this a little. First off, 2 times experience has been in place for a long time. If you didn't know, when we get a 2x experience boost, it's actually 4x experience these days. Which, has he ever turned that off yet? Can anybody confirm that?
Yeah. Was double XP, double XP ever turned off?
Yeah, he turned it off like last week.
Okay.
Yeah,
last week.
It took him long enough. It was supposed to be turned off like 3 weeks ago. Yeah. But a lot of this is just you already have the companions in the game, so they're already there. You may want more companions. I saw somebody complaining
more variety of companions.
Well, not even that, but episode 2 companions are worthless from what I'm understanding. So even with all 4 companions in episode 2, you're just the guaranteed well, dragon lunch, if I want to call it that way. You're going to get your ass handed to you.
Well, for me, like, I don't play the single player online or the single player version of the game.
Yes.
To me, the companions should level up at the same time you do. Do you know if that's the case? Does anybody know if the companions actually level up?
Stymie, I can't believe that that's something he actually said, considering that I always assume that since he took control, he's the only one who uploads patches to the game. So if he's blaming one of the other developers, I'm going to call BS.
It's not like Chris has ever blamed somebody else on things that he's done.
Yeah, well, he may have meant that they injected it into what was an upload, but in the end, he's the one who uploaded it. So he can blame somebody else for injecting it. Yeah.
Well, my question is, why would one of the other team members enable double XP?
Yeah.
Because as we know, majority of the dev team that are contracted to work on the project don't actually play the game. Then the actual community members that joined Portnip aren't developers.
True.
So they wouldn't have access to that part of the code base.
Well, again, when they write the code and put it into wherever their code base is, before it gets compiled, whatever it is, it's still got to be compiled by Chris and uploaded by Chris. So if he's not vetting what's being injected into that,
he's not doing any kind of merge requests or yeah.
But anyway, moving right along. Second, anybody who thinks that if the servers go offline, they're still going to be able to play the offline version is sadly mistaken, because the offline version still connects to the internet to get your data. Yes.
They were sent a copy of the code that had 2x enabled, 2x removed. So they've got a serious patching problem there.
Yeah.
I mean, so that's a very serious process problem related to one, how are you checking things? What are you doing? And why would a merge request from a completely different portion of the project be touching that? Yes.
And who's verifying all this? Yeah.
Yeah.
We hear you, Tina. We hear you. Absolutely. we know we're all on the same page with this, but my biggest laugh is this guy thinking that the single player game is all residing on your computer, and it doesn't call anything. It doesn't call anything from the online servers, which is not the case at this point. Was one of the funkiest things that surprised me when I learned this, was that the offline game does not necessarily mean offline. You still need an internet connection to play the offline game. You still need to connect to the servers to play the offline game, which makes it
if you are
not an offline game. Yeah, which makes it not an offline game really in reality. Offline game to me means you don't need to be connected to the internet, and you can just load it up and play to your heart's content on a non-connected internet-free PC. This is not the case. Yeah, offline isn't offline. Exactly. So, Rich, pipe dreams, buddy. Pipe dreams. That's all I'm going to say. And then, of course, this goes on into a tirade from a bunch of other players. Winfield chimes in, Majoria chimes in, Cat Dude chimes in, and they go on and on and on about actually Mancios. Oh, I haven't seen that name in a while. He just chimed in on that just a little while ago.
Yeah. Yep.
Let's go down to his final post there.
Okay. We're skipping.
Yeah, skipping all the other BS.
Skipping. Where's his final post?
Mancios. Mancios. The last post, right? Unless somebody's posted
the last
since
post
then.
is Cat Dude. You got Winfield, Cat Dude, Catfield.
Okay, sorry. I didn't realize there was that many posts.
Farragon, Carabrea, Majoria.
Oh no!
Those are his only 2 posts.
He deleted his post. I had him there. Let's see if I can get that back. Apparently, Mancios' post was I can't get back to it now. Unfortunately, fuck. There was a whole. Actually, let me see if it's in my mail. I bet you it's in my mail. Bet you I got a copy of it in my mail, if I may be so bold. Yeah. Here, I'll copy and paste this in. Let's hopefully I can get this. Actually, I'll have to do it in 2 pieces, so. Because it's probably not all going to cut into Discord. But apparently somebody censored it, or he deleted his own post, so thankfully.
Oh, what did he say? Summary.
Carabray said, I welcome this idea, but it's a pipe dream totally. And pipe dream, and he says, totally agree with Kara on this being a pipe dream. Single player game does not equal multiplayer minus people. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
As multiple houses, POT economy, all of that is different for a single player game. Let's be blunt. Soda is not a great game. It's not great at being a multiplayer game. I think he was muted by the devs on that. Thinking it could be easily seen become a single player game is just nonsense. Fun to talk about, but nonsense. Let's start with the map. Is there any point in having such a big map in a single player? No PvP zone, no point economy, no point, a single player. No PvP zone, no point. Economy, no point.
I'm willing to bet he got modded to death.
Yes, that's what I'm guessing, is because it was there just a little while ago. Well, the whole idea to Kodo shop with single player is pointless too. Dungeons, pointless, and so on. Soda is an MM, or an MO, not massive. And it is not that strong at being an MO. And then Grendel had said, I agree with some polish and advertising. Soda could be touted as a Skyrim-like experience, solo RPG with an online free option built in. And he disagrees with that. Yeah, but we know Mancios has been a detractor of the game for quite some time, and that's probably why he got modded to all hell, because that's exactly what happened. They just muted his shit, but of course, I get it all, so you really can't hide this from people like me, so.
Remember that my Ask a Dev question is, what does Portnip do well?
Yeah, that's still 2 months behind in the queue, so you'll never get. It will never be answered.
I mean, it never will be,
because he never answers your questions.
No.
Anyway, let's jump over to something that Econdis was whining about, and Econdis, not for nothing. This is
an ongoing problem forever.
Well, again, it's not a major performance issues again. It's a major performance issue that's always been. It's never been, get Winfield to ask it. There you go, Tina.
Yeah.
And
I would have to have like Sean Silverfoot ask Winfield to ask it.
Well, you could just ask Sean. Yeah, that's even easier. Cut out the... But let's talk about some peripheral lighting.
causing a major performance crash or performance issues again. Reproducible, yes. Blocker, yes. Although there's no warning that pops up when a player attempts to enable peripheral lighting in video options, players might accidentally enable it and not realize that it is causing their performance issues. A new player in the game, Rain, was reporting in Universal Chat on a hunch. I had them disable it and it fixed their issue. The user reported they do have a Razer keyboard, but I'm not sure if the model is the right one for this specialized toggle. I tested it myself, noting the pop-up warning, and it indeed caused an extreme slowdown for me. I think moving this option out of video and into interfaces might dissuade the common gamer with a fast system behavior of enabling everything under video and display options and setting everything to max despite the pop-up. I've got a better idea.
Yeah.
Write a system check to check that, one, the appropriate type of keyboard is enabled, and two, the appropriate SDK is there. Otherwise, it's automatically disabled.
Well, there is a pop-up, as he's saying.
Yes. Enabling may impact performance. Are you sure you want to turn it on? But no one understands exactly where's the description saying where this only works on a Razer keyboard of this model with this SDK.
Well, again, there's no mention of that, and that is something that we'll talk about in a minute. So he includes the conversation, and of course, alley-oop goes to the original post. Now, of course, let's jump over to the original post. The original post is listed as a known issue, not a bug. It's a known issue, and it is still and always will be a known issue. But
hey, man, just because this has been a known issue for 3 years, because this is a 3-year-old post, 3 years, 6 months.
Yes, but let's read Star's comments here first, and then we'll get into this.
Yes. If you enable peripheral lighting in the options menu and you do not have a peripheral lighting capable device, mouse, keyboard, etc., connected, then you will suffer severe performance degradation. Although some users might experience performance degradation with peripheral lighting enabled, even if they have peripheral lighting capable devices connected. Example, some newer Razer laptops. For now, we recommend that anyone experience performance issues make sure they have peripheral lighting disabled in the options menu as a first step in troubleshooting. Note, peripheral lighting defaults to off in the options menu when you first install the game, so most folks should not have to disable this feature.
Yes. Now, what they do not tell you is that A, this only works for Razer keyboards, and B, in order for it to work on Razer keyboards, you have to have the Razer SDK installed in order for it to function properly.
Hold on. I want to see what happens if I actually enable it.
I just did.
I'm getting about 30 frames a second prior to enabling it. I do not have any peripheral lighting devices.
I have two, a mouse and keyboard, and neither one of them changed when I just turned it on. So
okay. Wait. Well, you have to like kind of pan around. Ooh, dropping down to 11 frames per second. Ooh, still around 30.
It should change your keyboard lighting across the board and light up your WSAD and highlight your function buttons and all that other stuff when you turn this on. Let's just see something. I don't know if I'm going to see much of a difference. I'm at 2019. I'm still sitting around, 15 to 20 frames per second here in Owl's head. Not much of a difference.
So the only time I actually notice a significant difference is when I'm panning around. With peripheral lighting, I was dropping down to like 10, 11 frames a second. When I'm doing it right now, it's mid-20s.
Yeah, I changed by about 4
performance.
frames per second here. I'm still in the 20s.
Hey, but a 30% frame increase would be 4 frames a second.
Again, the prerequisites that it must be a Razer keyboard. It doesn't work with any keyboard. And B, you need the SDK in order for this to run properly is never presented even in the known issues. So something that you may need to reiterate in that this only works with Razer keyboards because Shroud of the Avatar was promoting Razer products back in the day. Yeah. And I went ahead and took their promotional items, and I got some promo codes and got a credit and went and bought all that stuff. And I will never, ever, 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 ever again buy a fucking Razer product because they're crap. So don't be hooked in by the hype. I don't care what anybody tells you. They break. They don't have rechargeable batteries or replaceable batteries when it comes to their wireless mice. And after a year, spending $60, $70 on a mouse, you got to go spend another $60 to $70 on the mouse. It's absolute garbage, Stymie. Absolutely. I'll stick with my Logitech. Logitech comes with great support, comes with great service. You can buy the products for years and years and years because they manufacture great products. And when you buy something that you find you like, it's not going anywhere anytime soon. If you break a keyboard that you've had for 5 years, they're probably still making that same keyboard, and you can go and buy that same keyboard and keep yourself nice. Razer is constantly changing their shit, changing their layouts, changing their price structure, charging way too much for mechanical keyboards and supposedly great mice. They're not. So don't ever, ever, ever go for the hype. It's not worth it. It is not worth it.
I will say, like, lighting all those peripherals and lighting even case fans, it's all a waste. It really is.
Yeah, Tina, absolutely. 1, it has to be Razer. 2, it has to have the SDK. 3, it may still slow down. Slow down
the
means
code should be removed. Yeah,
and the code should be removed. Absolutely. So, totally bad tech across the board when it came to this, and I learned that early on after spending nearly $300 on a keyboard mouse combination, and never, ever, ever again will I. You can get better products, better service, better longevity out of Logitech products. I highly swear by Logitech. Everything I buy peripherals now, from my cameras to my keyboards to my mice, I will never stray ever, ever again, Logitech. So if you ever want to, somebody to sponsor, we're out here. I'll be a proud promoter of your products for life because, Logitech is the bomb. And for those of you who don't know about Logitech unifying, even better if you use their wireless products. One receiver unifies 6 products, so you don't need 6 little fobs for all your different shit. One receiver will handle up to 6 different devices, making life wonderful.
Hey, man. I'm just sad my Logitech mouse is no longer made.
No longer made? What do you mean?
Yeah, the G500S.
You can find it.
Well, I'm not paying a premium for a fucking mouse.
Oh, well. I think I'm using the 600. What am I using? I forget.
As soon as you find a comfortable mouse, you just want to stick with it.
And I'm using the one like the Razer with the 12 buttons on the side, all the additional buttons. And you know what? It was less than half the freaking price, and it works like a charm. Actually fits my hand a lot better, too.
Oh, man. This is funny. I've been using this mouse. Last purchased in 2013. So this is an 8-year-old mouse that I'm still using.
And that's the point.
That,
you've been using it for 8 years. I used to go through one mouse a year practically. And Yeah, after spent all that on the Logitech, the Razer, just never again.
My keyboard, on the other hand.
Yeah, let me see. When did I buy this mouse? Now you got me curious how long I've had this one.
2014 is when I last purchased my Microsoft Natural keyboard. Last purchased, and that's only because I spilled a drink on it.
Yeah. I bought this in 2017, where I used to go through one a year. I've had this now for about 4+ years, because I bought it in March 17. So going on 5 years. Is that the right one? Or is that the one from my other system? That's the one from my other system. So I probably have an older one, even more so than this one. That was the G300. Anyway, I've had them for years. Yeah. And again, the unifying receiver is great for... yeah, so 600 is the multi-button one, right? That's the one I'm using, the G600.
I have... Sagewise just ordered the G502. I wonder how is the G502 different than the G500S?
They took the S and moved it over and changed it to a 2.
They changed the form factor.
Oh yeah,
and not in a nice way. Not in a way that is conducive to my mouse using. But yeah,
not gonna do it.
The Logitech. I have the G500S, not the 502. But yeah, I like a massive brick of a mouse, one that will fit my entire hand. Yeah, instead of doing this, I like this. But yeah, Razer products suck. But yeah, it is time for us to actually pull some giveaways around here and start wrapping things up.
It is that time,
exclamation mark play to get in. Because otherwise we're going to sit there and talk about peripheral issues and how much Razer sucks.
Yeah, we can keep talking about that.
I even disable, like, my keyboard on my laptop is backlit. One of the first things I did was disable that.
Really?
I touch type, man.
Oh no. I sit in a low light area, and I just like to have the lighting on the keyboard so I can see what I'm looking at. Yeah. I don't touch type, so yeah.
I don't want to see any lights when I'm looking at the porn in the darkness. The only thing I want that lit up is the monitor.
Don't want any distractions.
Yeah, no distraction. What, Mom?
Because that's not creepy at all.
What? The flashing lights?
I'm gonna sit here alone in the dark and look at porn. Gee, that doesn't scream serial killer.
Well, what am I supposed to do? Invite the whole family and sit in the living room?
No.
Oh well, thank you.
I sit in the dark, and might as well say I sit in the dark in the basement.
Well, yeah.
I live in Texas. There are no basements.
There are no basements in Florida. There are very few basements in Florida. Yeah, well, let's put it that way.
Same thing with Texas. There are very few, but
yeah.
We don't live in basement world. We just do things out in the open.
Otherwise, we would probably be in the basements doing our shows. So, yeah. But yes, we got to close out the giveaways. I got a copy of Rec Center Tycoon for one lucky viewer out there today. $11.99 on Steam.
I have a copy
of the giveaway.
Hot Shit Racing.
Tina is the winner.
Who is going to win a copy of Hot Shit Racing? And that wiener is...
Congratulations, Tina.
The first one in today's giveaway. is victorious. There you go, Stymie.
And Tina says, redraw it. Actually, I will do that. I will give that away to somebody else tomorrow then. But I will find another game for you that you can have as the winner.
Yep.
Let's see. We will give away this copy of Rec Center Tycoon tomorrow then. Let's see. I bet you don't have a copy of Planet Alcatraz. Excuse me.
Which lord? It is possible to give up porn. Yeah. Possible to give up lots of things.
And unfortunately, Planet Alcatraz is $3.99, but it's still a free game.
But Hot Shit Racing was like $4.99. It's currently on sale, 75% off.
Exactly. Thradia hits it right on the head.
Why would you get rid of porn?
But why would you get rid of porn? That's right.
Laz may have accidentally seen me really not wearing pants on Zoom.
Yeah, I've seen more than that, but that's beside the point. Tina, you're going to get a copy of Planet Alcatraz, and one you don't have. And we'll give away that Rec Center Tycoon tomorrow. Meanwhile, we got to get out of here. We'll be back with more tomorrow right here on NBNN. Till then, I'm Laz.
I'm Jack.
And we are NBNN. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you all tomorrow.
Bye-bye.